A Jewish takeover or a Jewish makeover? There's a big difference. Shalom, I'm Olivier with Shalom and Messiah. To anyone paying attention, Israel and the Jewish people have been accused of world takeover for the last 120 years, since the protocols of the learned elders of Zion were first published by Russian mystic Sergei Nilus in 1905. The booklet was used to paint the Jewish people as a people group obsessed with world and bank domination. It was supposed to be the minutes from the 1897 First Zionist Congress in Basel, Switzerland, although no location, dates, or names were mentioned anywhere in the booklet. It was recognized as a hoax within a few years. But unfortunately, it never stopped the booklet from being printed. They were translated into German in 1919, I think, and then published in many more languages and disseminated all over the globe, where they are still being published to this day. The big lie keeps growing with or without the protocols. Jewish leaders are accused of plotting to take over the government, banks, businesses, education, religion, and more. It has gotten to the point where nobody is interested in checking the validity of such claims. They would instead join in the finger pointing and accusations. They would much rather do that. These are lies, and they all come from Satan, the master of lies. Zechariah 3, 1 through 2, 1 Peter 5, 8, 9. He has the ability and the desire to make the irrational look and sound rational. Ignoring that Satan is behind all aspects of anti-Semitism is blinding those who want to fight the oldest hatred. We cannot fight anti-Semitism if we do not understand that we are in a spiritual battle. It is all part of Satan's desire to turn the world against the Jews and the Jews against Yeshua, so that Satan's position remains secure. Zechariah 12:10 and 13:8 through 9. As hard as he denies it, he will eventually fail. Even Wikipedia, not that I would recommend using the website for any serious research, finds it necessary to revise its definition of Zionism to reflect the current slanted worldview on Israel. In 2004, their definition was plain and straightforward, and I quote, "Zionism is a political movement among Jews holding that the Jewish people constitute a nation and are entitled to a national homeland. The word Zionist derives from the word Zion being one of the names of Jerusalem as mentioned in the Bible. The diaspora Jews and Zion has been a symbol of the Holy Land and of their return to it as promised by God in biblical prophecies." Close quote. This is a simplified but fair definition. Now fast forward to 2024 and it reads very differently, and I quote, "Zionism is an ethno-cultural nationalist movement rooted in the desire to create a Jewish state in Palestine with as much land, as many Jews, and as few Palestinian Arabs as possible. The common ideology among mainstream Zionist factions is support for territorial concentration and a Jewish demographic majority in Palestine through colonization." Close quote. The agenda is now obvious. Israel wants to take over Palestine at any cost. Or do they? Friends, the ongoing accusation of takeover by Israel and the Jews will continue to spread, and those who want to buy the narrative will do so blindly, just to fit in. Those interested in the truth will appreciate the other side of the coin as they discover that the Jewish people are primarily interested in a makeover, not a takeover. Let me explain. Two concepts, tzedakah and tikkun olam, are part of the global Jewish community, of its DNA. Tzedakah means philanthropy or charity. The root of the word means righteousness. Jews only make up 2% of the US population, yet half of US most generous philanthropists are Jewish. The concept of tzedakah is a biblical principle. It is more than giving money. It includes compassion and empathy. You see Deuteronomy 15:11 for that. Additionally, the majority of Jewish mega donors give to non-Jewish and Jewish causes. Just the same. On average, Jewish people give 100% more to charity than Catholics and 50% more than Protestants. As greedy as the world wants to paint us, tzedakah means a lot to the Jewish community. We want to help financially if we can. But that's not all. What about tikkun olam? Tikkun olam means repairing the world and is an integral part of the fabric of Judaism. The concept of tikkun olam goes back to the 3rd century and is first mentioned in the Mishnah, which became part of the Talmud. It is a part of Judaism and refers to repairing and improving the world to bring it closer to the way it was created, as described in the early chapters of Genesis. It provides purpose and hope to every Jew in the world, regardless of their position on the religious spectrum. Jewish contributions to the world are awe-inspiring. Jews are disproportionately represented within the Nobel community. I don't know if you knew that. There were 992 recipients of the Nobel Prize between 1901 and 2024, and 217 were Jews, totaling 22% of all Nobel recipients, while Jews only comprise 0.2% of the world population. Jewish contributions truly benefit the whole world in so many creative ways. Some of the greatest Jewish inventions and innovations and contributions that have changed our world are amazing. 1888, the ballpoint pen by Laszlo Biro. 1893, stainless steel by Hans Goldschmidt. 1947, the instant camera by Edwin Land. 1955, word processing computer by Evelyn Berezin. 1955 as well, the polio vaccine by Jonas Salk. That's a big one. About 1959, drip irrigation by Simcha and Yeshayahu Blas. 56 through 60, the pacemaker and the defibrillator by Paul Zoll. 1998, Google by Larry Page and Sergey Brin. Those are huge. Changed the world forever. Don't forget the Intel chip, the cell phone technology, and the thumb drive. And I could name so many more. Incidentally, most great Jewish inventions came to us after World War II, which begs the question, what would have happened to our world if Hitler had succeeded with the final solution? The world truly is a better place because of the Jews, and maybe some people are just plain jealous. See, part of God's promise in Genesis 12:3 was to bless the whole world through the Jewish people. And I quote, "And I will bless those who bless you, and the one who curses you I will curse, and in you all the families of the earth will be blessed." Wow. Close quote. All the families of the earth could be blessed if people would recognize Jewish contributions and stop being jealous for no reason. It is time to stop accusing the Jews of plotting to take over the world, the government, the banks, Hollywood, and instead, we should be grateful to Israel for their desire for a makeover, not a takeover, a makeover, and so many contributions, not the least of them being the Bible and the Jewish Messiah. Thanks for watching, and be blessed.